Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Director General Jonathan Castañeda, who has been recently appointed as the International Executive Director for Law Enforcement in all continents. Thanks to His Majesty King Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Tajian IV. Your Majesty, we are so proud of you that you are implementing the United Nations Economic and Social Council Article 55 or Project ECOSOC. Our topic for today is about your ownership of the Hong Kong and Shanghai Banking Corporation. What can you say about your ownership of HSBC?
The Hong Kong Shanghai Bank is actually a merger of the six banks that was before Hong Kong Bank, Osang Bank, Winglong Bank, Bank of the China Reconstruction, and the Shanghai Bank. In fact, the first charter of Hong Kong Shanghai Bank, the chairman of the board is my great-grandfather, Baron Sir Thomas Sutherland, the first chairman of the board of Hong Kong Shanghai Bank. He founded Hong Kong Shanghai Bank, and we capitalized el Banco Espanol Filipino Isabel II offshore banking gold bullion bank of the world. More so, it has been, and I have inherited. I am the successor heir of the King of recognized asset nation and sole owner, signatory, and judicial administrator of this asset in gold, diamond, platinum, cash deposited at Hong Kong Shanghai Bank.
So, why you are related to Sir Thomas Sutherland? Mother's side or father's side?
It's actually my mother's side. He is my great-grandfather through my mother's side. Actually, she is our family again. The first chairman of the board of Hong Kong Shanghai Bank was actually Baron Sir Thomas Sutherland.
What is your proof that you are the successor heir of El Banco Espanol HSBC?
It has been properly adjudicated through court orders, which is attached to all of these last will and testament of my family. It was the king of recognized asset nation. This is the global asset. which even through the testamentary of the three great leaders of China, Chiang Kai-shek, Mao Zedong, and Zhou Enlai. They were actually the testators, witness. They are my great consultants, advisors, and mentors for these purposes and ownership. And it was through their leadership that actually this asset is given to me. I inherited the asset of the king of recognized asset nation globally.
Will you recover your ownership of HSBC?
Well, of course, it's not recovering. Of course, it is my partnership with China. The three great leaders again, Chiang Kai-shek, Mao Zedong, and Zhou Enlai, made this agreement through the bilateral Minesfield Breakthrough Agreement, Loan Proviso, which my family had actually deposited our asset, gold, diamond, and platinum, and all the cash that are attested through the deposit that we have with this bank, Hong Kong Shanghai Bank.
So, what is your message to Mr. Mark Tucker, Group Chairman of HSBC based in London, United Kingdom?
To our beloved chairman today, I'm referring to
Mark
our
Tucker.
chairperson, Mark Tucker.
Tucker.
I would really appreciate my beloved chairman. You have your major investor, owner, and your partner here. We brought you in to be our chairman of the board. I'm bankrolling the stimulus backup of the project ECOSOC, the embodiment of the social, cultural, economic, political, and the whole infrastructure of the national infrastructure of the whole world, trying to bankroll all the central banks of the world through United Nations Development Program, UNIDO, UNCTAD, the UNHCR, the Commission on Refugee, the World Health Organization. And the major implementer here is Alpha Omega World Peace Development Marshall Program. I need a little help. I need somehow a seed mobilization fund. You are my bank. You are one of my 10 World Bank at the World Bank Group. I expected that you have to bankroll me. And I wanted you to assign me because I'm in the Philippines right now. I wanted you to assign me my private banker here in the Philippines to begin with for our project ECOSOC, the United Nations ECOSOC of United Nations Security Council. I need a mobilization fund. It's your responsibility.
So
Chairman.
How much is the mobilization fund?
That will remain to be open. All I wanted you to do, my beloved chairman, assign me a private banker here in the Philippines. It should be the president of HSBC Philippines,
Graham Fitzgerald.
and it will be
Graham
Fitzgerald. Again, please advise Graham Fitzgerald to work with me, and he have to be my banker here so that I can use the bank. You are one of my World Bank, 10 World Bank, and I expected you because you will be with me at the Federal Reserve System Treasury. You will be one of my Board of Trustee, Board of Advisor, Board of Governor at the Federal Reserve level. Again, Mr. Tucker, please, I need you to advise the president that we have right here in the Philippines of HSBC to work with me. He will be my personal banker for my mobilization fund back here in the Philippines. I would really appreciate. And that's a decision, and that is my advisory to all of you. Again, you are one of my Board of Trustee, Board of Director, Governor at the Federal Reserve System Treasury. The Federal Reserve Treasuries or Treasury System of the Federal Reserve is our Millennium Centurion Gold Bullion Bank of the world. And it's my responsibility to make sure that we have the proper governance.
What are the advantages if and when Mr. Tucker heeds your advisory?
Well, I have made it clear to you already, Mark Tucker, sir. I'm hoping we can work the stimulus backing of the Federal Reserve System Treasury. You will be with me because you are one of my director, governor, advisor, consultant, mentor at the Federal Reserve Treasury System level.
What are the disadvantages in case there are third parties who would interfere with your plans for the HSBC?
There is no one that will interfere to the program that it has been already in place. We have the control of the gold bullion account of especially the asset of the king of recognized asset nation. Again, this is Borgio Villamor Marcos Taliano Tagian IV. That's my directive.
Can you say that HSBC is linked with the Central Bank of the Philippines?
Definitely. The central bank is properly addressed here, especially the Central Bank of the Philippines. I had the control of my deposit, of the gold and the whole Philippine archipelago. the ancestral eminent domain of the OCT T01-4 with a derivative of TCT 408 and TCT 498, the Hacienda Filipina Archipelago.
So what is the role of Mr. Peter Wong, the president, the deputy chairman and CEO of HSBC in Hong Kong in your project ECOSOC?
Perhaps this I'm addressing now
Peter Wong.
Peter Wong himself. I wish we can work all this asset. I wanted you to give the directive to the Philippine
Graham Fitzgerald.
Office of Hong Kong Shanghai Bank under the presidency or leadership of Graham Fitzgerald to serve as my private banker. Peter
Wong.
We have Mr. Wong, Mr. Peter Wong. We have given you all this authority through my beloved chairman or Premier QING and my beloved His Excellency, my brother QING, our president. So I'm hoping that we'll work this out. I need a mobilization fund from HSBC. We are bankrolling the project ECOSOC of the United Nations. ECOSOC Article 55, 56, 63, all the way up to 70. The embodiment of social, cultural, economic, development, political, and the whole infrastructure of the structure of the global economic development, all the way to a massive industrialization of the whole world, and the embodiment of a good humanity or humanitarian projects globally for that purpose. I need you to give a directive to the president of HSBC to serve as my private banker, Peter. And that's a directive I would really appreciate. Perhaps this message will be directed to you properly. This is Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Taliano Tagian IV.
Will you send a letter to Mr. Tucker in London about your request?
Of course.
And Peter Wong?
We've been communicating to both of you. My beloved chairman, Mark Tucker, and with our international Vice Chairman, Peter Wong. So again, I expect that you will assign me a private banker here in the Philippines. I'm in the Philippines right now, and I need a private banker, and it should be at least Graham Fitzgerald to communicate with me, and I will be communicating with him back here in the Philippines. And that's a directive to all of you. I'm your major partner, both with China and through the asset of the king of recognized asset nation. And HSBC is one of my major World Bank, the 10 World Bank, and I remain.
I know that you have an account in HSBC Los Angeles in the name of Severino Santaromana with the amount of $100 trillion. So what is your plan about that account?
All this account, I understood it. They are reconsidered that it's already at your board. That should have been the drawing rights of the bank. But unless that amount, we're talking here of $100 trillion, that money is still at the vault of the Federal Reserve System Treasury Board. And I'm willing, as I've said, I'll bring in that kind of money again as your special drawing rights. I understand how these are properly being my liaison bank, being my holding bank. Again, you are one of our 10 World Bank in the world. Through our compliance clearinghouse, well, International Monetary Board or monetary system.
So do you intend to have full control of HSBC as the owner or just a partner?
The control is not an issue. I am your major partner. You know that very well, and it's properly adjudicated, properly and legally agreed. And judge is asking you to bankroll us for us to bankroll the whole world because of this asset that we have.
So what is the role of the Central Bank of the Philippines in bankrolling the whole world?
It's not only the Central Bank of the Philippines. As I've said, our Millennium Centurion gold bullion bank cartel of the world now is actually the Federal Reserve System treasuries. And that serve as our Millennium Centurion Bank of the world.
So do you have anything more to say about HSBC?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Do you have any more messages for the...
My only message is Mark
Tucker?
Sir Mark Tucker. Perhaps I believe you will understand me by now. Same manner with Peter Wong. I'm believing we can work together. Again, HSBC is one of our World Bank Group bank. I also know that bankrolls my share participation, being the last surviving emperor of the Ming Dynasty, Tang Dynasty, and Qing Dynasty. This is your emperor, CHUA Li. Again, I'm known to be King Tiburcio Villamor Marcos Italiano Tagyan IV, who inherited the king of recognized asset nation